1. When mentoring a design intern on space planning, which instructional strategy best reflects adult learning principles? A. Providing answers immediately when questions arise. B. Guiding them to analyze floor plans and propose alternatives before feedback. C. Limiting them to observation only. D. Having them memorize previous project layouts. 2. The most effective method for evaluating an interior design student's understanding of ADA compliance is to A. Give a lecture on accessibility codes. B. Ask them to memorize the ADA handbook. C. Have them apply ADA standards in a mock design scenario. D. Ask them to list definitions from the ADA guidelines. 3. Which of the following is a key principle of sustainable design that must be integrated into IDFX curriculum development? A. Using more decorative finishes. B. Emphasizing short-term aesthetics. C. Promoting energy efficiency and material conservation. D. Avoiding local materials. 4. When reviewing a lighting plan, an instructor modeling effective communication should A. Use technical jargon without explanation. B. Provide clear, constructive feedback referencing standards and user comfort. C. Focus only on stylistic preferences. D. Avoid mentioning errors to maintain confidence. 5. In curriculum design for IDFX exam preparation, which approach supports experiential learning? A. Assigning multiple-choice quizzes only. B. Incorporating real-world project simulations and case studies. C. Focusing solely on textbook reading. D. Reviewing memorized terms. 6. A designer who ensures proper exit access and egress compliance demonstrates understanding of A. Decorative codes. B. Life safety and building regulations. C. Lighting design standards only. D. Aesthetic guidelines. 7. When mentoring on client presentation skills, the best approach is to A. Encourage passive observation. B. Provide opportunities for role play and feedback. C. Limit participation to note-taking. D. Focus only on written reports. 8. The purpose of evaluation in an IDFX learning module is to A. Identify weaknesses and punish underperformance. B. Support learner growth and measure competency. C. Compare learners against one another. D. Delay feedback until final exams. 9. Which factor most influences furniture arrangement decisions in a healthcare setting? A. Personal aesthetic preferences. B. Patient safety, accessibility, and infection control. Furniture cost only. D. Color coordination with uniforms. 10. A student preparing for the IDFX exam struggles with lighting concepts. The mentor should A. Assign a practical lighting layout exercise. B. Provide additional reading only. C. Ignore the concern until review week. D. Ask another student to handle the issue. 11. In the context of professional development for interior designers, continuing education primarily serves to A. Fulfill mandatory certification requirements and maintain current knowledge. B. Provide casual networking opportunities only. C. Focus on unrelated hobbies. D. Replace formal training. 12. The most effective way to foster critical thinking during design problem solving is to A. Require justification for design decisions based on codes and user needs. B. Encourage guessing and quick conclusions. C. Focus on memorizing code numbers. D. Eliminate discussions to save time. 13. When developing an assessment tool for an IDFX course, which characteristic ensures validity? A. Questions test actual design competencies. B. Items focus only on decorative theory. C. Assessments are unrelated to course objectives. D. Tasks measure speed rather than comprehension. 14. The communication skill most critical during client interviews is A. Active listening and clarification. B. Dominating the conversation. C. Avoiding note-taking. D. Using technical language only. 15. In mentoring, constructive feedback should A. Be specific, timely, and solution focused. B. Be delayed until the project's end. C. Focus only on positive aspects. D. Avoid discussing performance. 16. Which document outlines building code requirements and standards for interior designers? A. Project Closeout Manual. B. International Building Code, IBC. C. Lead Reference Guide, D. ANSI Z87. 17. When evaluating an intern's material selection, the mentor should assess A. The harmony between design intent, safety, and durability. B. Only the visual appeal. C. Brand popularity. D. Price alone. 18. In adult learning theory, self-directed learning means A. Learners passively absorb information. B. Learners take responsibility for identifying their learning needs. C. Teachers dictate every task. D. Feedback is unnecessary. 19. When developing IDFX training materials, including reflective journals, supports which adult learning principle? A. Memorization. B. Experiential reflection and continuous improvement. C. Passive instruction. D. Limited assessment. 20. In a mentoring session on acoustics, which example best encourages understanding? A. Demonstrating how materials affect sound absorption in a sample room. B. Showing a sound chart without context. C. Reading aloud from a textbook. D. Discussing unrelated case studies. 21. A key ethical responsibility for IDFX candidates is to A. Uphold client confidentiality and public safety. B. Prioritize personal design style over safety. C. Ignore sustainability. D. Copy designs from competitors. 22. An instructor's role in an IDFX preparation course is to A. Facilitate learner engagement and application of theory to practice. B. Deliver nonstop lectures. C. Focus only on test memorization. D. Avoid discussion or peer collaboration. 23. In curriculum mapping for IDFX, alignment refers to A. Matching objectives, content, and assessments. B. Scheduling courses randomly. C. Reducing course content to simplify delivery. D. Focusing only on aesthetics. 24. During design critique, effective communication involves A. Providing clear, respectful, evidence-based feedback. B. Highlighting flaws harshly. C. Avoiding discussion. D. Agreeing with all suggestions to prevent conflict. 25. The best way to mentor a student struggling with design codes is to A. Review case studies demonstrating real-world code application. B. Repeat code numbers without context. Skip over complex concepts. D. Focus only on color theory. 26. In evaluating IDFX learning outcomes, a rubric is most effective when it A. Defines clear performance criteria linked to objectives. B. Provides vague expectations. C. Uses subjective personal preference. D. Omits measurable benchmarks. 27. Which principle ensures accessibility in interior design layouts? A. Universal design. B. Minimalism. C. Color blocking. D. High contrast. 28. To integrate mentoring into a design firm's culture, leaders should A. Pair junior designers with experienced mentors for skill transfer. B. Avoid structured mentoring programs. C. Focus on independent learning only. D. Limit mentoring to onboarding. 29. Which method best measures understanding of design codes among learners? A. Applying codes in project-based assignments. Memorizing code lists. C. Watching recorded lectures. D. Reading about regulations without practice. 30. When mentoring a designer on professional ethics, the best example to reinforce is A. Transparency in billing and client relationships. B. Sharing confidential project data. C. Ignoring conflicts of interest. D. Focusing only on creative expression. 31. Effective evaluation in the IDFX curriculum emphasizes A. Both formative and summative feedback throughout the learning process. B. Only final exams. C. Peer competition. D. Instructor convenience. 32. A design mentor can encourage innovation among learners by A. Allowing experimentation and reflection on results. B. Discouraging creative risks. C. Restricting them to existing templates. D. Limiting exploration to low-risk ideas. 33. When teaching about fire safety codes, an instructor should connect theory to A. Real-world case studies of building incidents. B. Irrelevant design trends. C. Aesthetic composition. D. Fabric textures only. 34. When mentoring new designers on building systems integration, the most effective learning strategy is to A. Engage them in a coordinated project with mechanical and electrical consultants. B. Assign readings without interaction. C. Provide theoretical lectures only. D. Avoid collaboration with engineers. 35. In evaluating design documentation for the IDFX, accuracy in notation and dimensions primarily supports A. Code compliance and construction precision. B. Visual aesthetics only. C. Client marketing presentations. D. Decorative intent. 36. To enhance student engagement in IDFX preparation, instructors should incorporate active learning through design critiques and simulations. B. Rely solely on PowerPoint lectures. C. Limit learner participation to listening. D. Remove interactive exercises.